Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Barden and this is my very first YouTube Let's Play video. As you can see, we're going to be playing Mordheim City of the Damned. Before we get started, I'd like to say a huge thank you to both Morjax and Game Night, who gave me a huge amount of help in the last week and also inspired me to make this video. Both have excellent Let's Plays on Mordheim City of the Damned currently running, so you should really check out their channels. I put a link in the description so you can do just that. Okay, so let's get going. First of all, we're going to go make a new warband. So the warbands available are, first of all, the Witch Hunters, who are one of the 2 DLC warbands currently available. The main thing about them is that they've got a high magic resistance. So if that sounds good to you, you should give them a try. But they're not really for first timers, so maybe try another warband before you give this one a go. Next you have the Mercenaries, who are very versatile. You can go range or melee, or make a mix of the two. At higher levels they get pretty powerful. Then we have the Sisters, who are melee focused. They do have some magic casters, but mainly if you want to get up in the face of your opponent and beat them down, they're the warband for you. Next up we got the Cult of the Possessed. It can be a bit tricky for a first timer. First up you got the leader, who can blow himself up through his magic casting due to Zeech's curse. Also, mutations could be a problem. You may have built a henchman or a hero to be a ranged character, but then they suddenly develop a club for an arm. Next up we have Skaven, who are a great recommendation for a first timer. They're quick and they've got great movement range, so you can get around the map and gather a war zone before your enemy do. You can also swarm the enemy by moving your units in quickly and taking them out before reinforcements arrive. They also allow you to play with a lot of poison, and if that's your gig, give them a go. But do be warned, at higher levels they may struggle to produce the kind of damage that the other warbands do. But we're going to go with Undead, so let's get going. We have a choice between rank 0 or rank 5, but we're going to start at rank 0 because this is the first time we're going to see it, so
you
let's
have
get in
been
there.
paid a great honor by our lord and master, Count Vlad von Karstein. Among his subjects, living and undead, it is you who have been entrusted with this important task. I wonder if your
That rather scantily clad lady there is our persona dramaticus, Katrina von Dernsbach. She'll be joining us when we do story missions. Okay, so let's get in to see our warband management. So the first thing we're going to do is name our warband. Now when I play games, I like to have a story behind the characters that maybe isn't related to the game, but it's something that I can connect to. So I had a number of ideas for names for this warband. The first was going to be Dead Ringers, and the warband was going to be based on celebrity impersonators. But because the celebrity impersonation field is very competitive, they were going to exploit a gap in the market by playing the corpses of celebrities. They fell on hard times when work dried up after Halloween, and then they were going to form a warband and make their fortune that way. But I decided not to go with that one, and instead to go with one called the Unnamed Dead. If I can spell properly, there we go. So the story behind the Unnamed Dead is this is a collection of zombies, ghouls, vampires, etc., who aren't badasses. What these guys actually are, if you ever seen things like Buffy or The Walking Dead, where there's an opening sequence where they want you to introduce someone who's a badass, and to make them look like a badass, they come along and they take out zombies left and right, or they take out vampires left and right. Well, our warband are going to be those zombies who are basically cannon fodder to the badasses. And because of that, most of our warband won't actually have names. Instead, they're going to have descriptions of how they died. But if you do want to give them a name, please drop a comment below, and then I'll name them for you. So now we got our warband. Let's look at our leader. So our leader here is going to be a vampire. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to customize. And we're going to edit the name. So the name of our leader is actually going to be Wham Bram Stoker. Oh, sorry, Stoker. The reason why he's called Wham Bram Stoker is because those of you who've read the original Dracula novel will know that the guy who wrote it was called Bram Stoker, who's Irish and he's from my country. But this isn't the Bram Stoker. This is his distant relative who inherited his fortune. He's a bit of a playboy, but he's fallen on hard times. He used to like gambling until he decided to play rock, paper, scissors with a ghoul and he lost the family home. He still doesn't know why he decided to throw paper against a guy with only 2 fingers. So let's get in and customize him. So Wham Bram is a bit of a dapper chap. So he's not going to go for the dark and brooding look that we often see on vampires. Instead he's going to go for something a bit brighter. So let's have a look here. Grey, not really. Okay, so let's see. Not liking that. Okay, so white looks good, but we don't really want white with black sleeves. So let's have a look at the sleeves also. Okay, so nice white sleeves to match. Okay, that's good. Black cape doesn't really go well, so let's change that too. But because he's fallen on hard times, he can't afford a white cape exactly to match. So we're gonna let's get to the cape instead. Okay. So the white cape would match pretty well, but it doesn't really go with the story of him falling on hard times. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to give him a grey cape. So he's trying to match, but it's not really working. And then pants will stick with the grey. And I like the black boots as well. So there we go. So here's our first character, Wham Bram Stoker. So we're happy with him. So let's go back to our warband. So the next thing we need to do is to hire some henchmen. So we're going to go with a zombie for the first guy. And the good thing about the zombies is they're immune to poison, which is going to help the strategy we're going to apply from the start. So let's get him hired. Okay, so let's get some edits done here. So first of all, let's get our look. Okay, so we want to give everybody kind of an individual kind of look for themselves rather than going for a team style approach. So I'm not really liking that. Okay, so the gray may be good for this guy. Yes, so let's go for the gray. Okay. And then let's look at the sleeves. So he's kind of got, let's see if we can get maybe a red sleeve. Okay, let's go back there. Okay, sorry about that. So let's see if we can get maybe a red sleeve on this side. I don't really want gray. That's kind of reddish. Let's see. Okay, so that's better. So let's go red on that side. And we want to kind of mismatch, so let's give him something different on this side. Okay, not a red. Okay, so let's go with that one on that side. Okay, so that's good. And then let's give him a pair of shorts. So we want something bright for the shorts. So, okay, so white shorts looks pretty good. Okay, so we're happy with that. So let's edit his name. So as I said, our henchmen and our heroes are going to be named after how they died rather than actually giving them names, at least to begin with. So this guy is going to be called Skaven, but his friends call him Kevin. Okay, so here's our first henchman. So now let's get another guy on board. So we're going to go with another zombie. Okay, let's just confirm that. So we want to make these guys stick out from each other. So let's customize him. Okay, so let's try a different model this time. Okay. And then let's get his color. Okay, so let's give him the kind of red and then give him maybe lighter, something lighter on the sleeves. Okay, so let's try this sleeve. Okay, so we got the gray on the sleeve there. And then this side, let's give him the red on this side. Okay, so that's good. And then his shorts, so we don't want the same kind of shorts as before. So let's again change the model. Okay, and then let's pick our color. So maybe we don't want to go white with this guy. We want maybe something dark. Okay, it's not dark enough. Okay, so let's go with the kind of the reddish color there. Okay, and we're happy with that. Okay, and before I forget, let's name this guy as well. So this guy is going to be called Cliff Fall. You can imagine how this guy died. Not a man for heights. Okay, so let's get our final henchman. So we've got 2 zombies. So now we're going to go for Ghoul. So let's get him hired. Okay, confirm that. And now let's customize him. So you can see he's not wearing very much clothes. So most customization is going to be actually about his body. So first of all, let's change the head model on this guy. So let's go style 2. No, actually I prefer the style 1. Okay, so let's go with that. And let's see. Yeah, I like the spikes there. So let's go with the spikes. And now let's see with the arms. So let's see what we've got available here. Okay, some red. Okay, so let's go with the red. The red sweatbands for, I don't know, if he's playing some tennis or something. And now let's try a different style on the other arm. Okay, yeah, like that. Okay, and now let's see here. So we've only got one style there. Okay, so that's the legs. Okay, so let's go with that one. And then the only piece of clothing he's actually wearing is his loincloth. So let's see what colors are available for his loincloth. Okay, so we've got kind of a blackish color. Okay, so let's see if we can, yeah, I like that, the white and the red. Kind of ties in with the other guys, but still makes him distinctive. Now with the ghoul, we can also change the color of their skin. So we've got green, dark, and white. So I think we're going to go with white for our first guy. With other ghouls, we might change it up a bit. Okay. And this guy is going to be called Axle Drop due to an accident with a cart. Okay, so now let's get a hero on board. So we've got a number of heroes we can choose from. So we've got a Doomweaver here. We've got a Dreg. Another Doomweaver. But what we're going to go for is a Poison Globadier. And these guys aren't strictly undead, but because of so many of our Warband are going to be poison resistant, it's a good strategy to start off. Let this guy hard on. Okay, there we go. And now let's get him customized. Okay, so let's have a look at the head here. So 1, 2. Okay, I want to see it from this side. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that one best. Okay, so let's go with that. And now let's see what models we have. Just the one model here. Okay. So let's have a look down through the styles. So he's going to get gray. Okay, so he's got a green going on. Okay, so I like that. Let's go with green. Then on the arms. Oh, we're on the wrong arm. It helps to be looking at the right side when you're picking these things. Okay, so let's give him a bit of a blue on that side. And then on this side, let's see what we got. Don't really like that. Okay, a white. So blue and a white, so it's a bit mid-match. I like that. Okay. And then here, we got 2 styles, so let's see. Okay, so I like that style, so let's go with that. Let's get a color that kind of makes it stick out of it. Yeah, so I like the way the green kind of ties in together there, and then we just got the difference in the sleeves. Okay, and then let's see what we got here. So this model or okay, I like style number 1 best. This guy obviously is an undead, but let's change his name. So we're going to call him Mammy's Boy, and the reason for that's going to become apparent a bit later on. So here we have our finished warband, and you might be wondering, how did Wham Bam gather all these guys together? Well, as I said, he's trying to revive his fortunes. So what he decided to do was to use Mordheim's version of Craigslist, which is the Mordheim Times classified ads, to find people who are looking for work. The problem for him though is, instead of using the classifieds, unbeknownst to him, he's actually using the obituaries, which lists recently dead people. So he's gathered these guys together, and the reason why Mammy's Boy is in there is because he's very attached to his mother, and when he didn't come home for dinner one night, his mother decided he must be dead, so she put in an obituary for him. So that's our warband, and if you've enjoyed this video, please do drop a like below. Drop a comment as well, because I like chatting to people. And our first mission will be put up right after this one, so check that out too. And don't forget, give both Morjack's and Game Night's channel some love and go over and check out their videos. See you next time.